Welcome to the Veterans in Politics Talk Show. Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, live stream on Facebook. Folks, we're back. This is Steve Sands, Stephanie Phillips with another episode of Veterans in Politics. Today we have Mark Sprinkle for Clark County Public Administrator. But before we get to Mr. Sprinkle, Ms. Phillips.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, and thank you to our sponsors. We have Dr. Ari Nagy. He's running for Congressional District 3. His website is nagyforcongress.com, and that's F-O-R, nagyforcongress.com. We also have Michelle Romero. She's running for re-election in Henderson. She is the mayor. Her website is votemichelleromero.com, votemichelleromero.com. We also have Cody K. Whipple. He is running for Congressional District 4. His website is codykforcongress.com, and that's the number 4, codykforcongress.com. We also have Dave Marlin. He's running for City of Las Vegas, Ward 6. His website is daveforvegas.com, and that's F-O-R, daveforvegas.com. We also have Judge Jennifer Schwartz. She is running for re-election for District Court Department 17. Her website is judgeschwartz.com, judgeschwartz.com. We also have Tim Ross with the North Las Vegas Hangers Association. If you want to know more about them, jump on their website. It is vgthog.org, vgthog.org. And also, don't forget to grab your copy of Steve's book, How to Navigate Nevada's Family Court System. This is a self-help book, so if you don't have an attorney and you can't afford one, you can get a copy on Amazon. It is $14.99, and this will help you navigate that system. Also, we have a merch store. It's VIPImerch.com, VIPImerch.com. There's all kinds of fun things there for you to check out. And congratulations to all of the endorsed candidates that we had from last weekend's endorsement interviews. Cody Whipple was endorsed for Congressional District 4, and Dr. Ari Nagy was endorsed for Congressional District 3, and Nan Roker was endorsed for Assembly District 12. And the rest of the interviews we did that day, there were no endorsements. So anyway, we're going to have another round this Saturday for the next 5 Saturdays in a row. We also have 4 Fridays coming up, April 10th for the next 4. So we're doing a whole lot of days, and it takes a whole lot of time to do this. So we would appreciate everybody being on time and reading those emails, instructions that are sent out to you, and being appropriately dressed for the seat in which you are seeking. And we look forward to seeing all of you at these interviews.
Good job remembering all that. There are no cue cards here, folks.
Oh, no. I try and remember.
She's got a good head on her shoulder.
That was awesome.
Thanks. Did I miss anything?
No, you got everything. Yeah. You good?
Okay. I'm good. No, I don't have a rant. You did the rant in the last one. That pretty much covered it. So yeah. Away we go.
Okay. Mr. Sprinkle, hi. How you doing today?
I am fantastic. Thanks for having me, Steve.
Absolutely. Could you give us thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Could you give us a bio?
Sure.
Yeah. Don't leave anything out, Mr. Sprinkle.
Oh, you want to start at the beginning?
I got everything right.
I was born in Germany, too.
Oh, wow.
What are you?
Yeah, my dad
part?
was in the Army. I was born in Frankfurt.
Okay.
Lived in Germany as a kid, and that was awesome. And moved all over the country because my dad was a lifer for the military. So he was in the Army until just a few years ago, really, Lieutenant Colonel.
Wow.
And then
nice.
I joined the Army as well after 9/11.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you as well.
You got honorable discharge?
I do.
Okay. And
I was in Iraq for about a year or so, and that was fun. Good times. Had by all. But I've also worked in politics most of my adult life for the last 30 years, really, because I started off campaigning with Bob Dole.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I went and I worked on Capitol Hill for Senator Ensign, which was fantastic. And he sent me some places whenever he was the head of the NRSC, which was the group that was looking for people to run for Senate. Mm-hmm. So I got to hang out with a lot of people who became senators. Mm-hmm. And those were interesting times.
Who was your favorite?
My favorite person, I don't know if I should say, because he kind of got in trouble. But it was a senator down. No, it was a senator down in Louisiana named David Vitter, and he was the nicest guy to me. We, got out on the tarmac and threw the football, that kind of thing. But I think also that experience it wasn't so much campaigning; it was eating crawfish and hanging out and just going to parties down in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. But my real campaign experience has been locally. So I've worked a lot of campaigns. I worked with Victoria Seaman here most recently, knocking on doors for her, and Bob Beers before that. So I've really got a lot of time knocking doors, and that's what I'm doing to win this campaign as well. I don't know. A lot of
doors to knock in Clark County.
Yeah, it's a huge area, but
Mount Charleston to Laughlin.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to hit it all.
And Mesquite. Don't forget Mesquite.
I'll be out in Logandale next week.
Yeah.
Of course, for the rodeo.
Okay.
So.
Do you think this seat should be a partisan?
No.
Seat?
That's really, especially since there's way more Democrats that are registered. Mm-hmm. I don't think it should be partisan at all. I'd rather it not be, because the whole thing is, it's really a service job. Mm-hmm. It's helping people whenever someone passes away in Clark County. I'm sure you guys know, because you ran for this seat before, right? Didn't I vote for you? Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
He's trying to push that in. Did I vote for you?
That's so nice. He voted, yep. Mm-hmm. He got it on the record.
But yeah, I don't know that it should be partisan, but I can be partisan whenever I need to be. But once we get through with the primary, I'm going to go talk to independents mostly.
Is it because they're the way they spend money? I mean, do you have, in that job, do you have some sort of decisions on where that money is allocated, where it's spent, how it's spent, all of that?
Is that
why it's partisan?
I think it's partisan to keep Republicans out of the county. I can't imagine any other reason, but I don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining. Because I think this is a time where a Republican can win this seat. Mm-hmm. But I think that it's probably set up to just keep Democrats in the same seat over and over and over.
Who are the elected Republicans in Clark County? At the county building.
There's only one, right?
Just one?
Yeah, there's
just April?
That's it. April Becker, right? She's the only one. And I'm sure she had a tough race to get there.
Oh, yeah.
So, going back decades, it's been one party rule. And of course, like I said, this really shouldn't be a partisan job. And once I'm there, I don't care who's Republican or Democrat or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's all about just selfless service and doing something for the community. But, it is set up so that Republicans really can't win a lot in the county.
Do you think that have you looked at the job of what the previous administrator has done? Do you have improvements or things that you would do, day one, that you want to implement to make it more efficient?
Well, since she's not running again, I guess we can say thank you to Ms. Reed for really bringing back some respectability to that office and for running things in a nonpartisan way as well. Because we know what happened before her.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. We don't really need to get into that, but I think it's awesome that she stepped up and has done a good job. Now, there's always improvements. And I don't want to say, well, we need to do all these huge reforms, because that sounds great whenever you're running for office. But once you're actually there and working with people, the people who are already there doing a good job, we want to keep those people and make sure that they continue to do a good job and that they get recognized. Because this is kind of a job where you're not getting pats on the back and you're not getting compliments and too many thank yous. So really want to kind of make sure that the people who are doing a good job stay with the office. And I'd ask them, as the subject matter experts, how can we improve things?
What in your background in your career has made you qualified for this particular office?
Well, in the last 6 years, I've been kind of out of politics, because whenever COVID hit, I started really just selling things on eBay. And I found out that you can make a lot of money doing that if you really focus on it and make it a job and work hard. But one of the things that I started doing was I had to source a lot of items to sell. And I got into these estate sales and estate auctions. And of course, the public administrator, at the very end of the probate process and everything, things get sold off and auctioned off. And I really started talking to the McManus auction house here in Las Vegas. Check them out. They're really good. And they get a lot of their stuff from the public administrator's office that they auction off. And I would buy those items and sell them online. So that kind of got me started to be interested in this kind of thing. And of course, I also went to law school. I did not graduate. I'm not a lawyer, because whenever I was in law school, I went for an internship and I ended up getting a job instead on Capitol Hill. So I never finished law school. But I do have a pretty good understanding of probate law, and I was going to be a contract lawyer. But I understand the probate process.
I like to hear that. I like to hear you understand the probate law.
Yeah. And, who wants to be a lawyer, right? Nobody besides lawyers.
Tell us your understanding of probate law. I like to hear.
Well,
how that correlates to the administrator.
Well, of course. So the administrator's job, he is basically a probate guy or woman, if someone were to get elected. But you work the process of whenever someone passes away, you take over their estate and work it through probate if you can't find the next of kin. Of course, that's got to be the top priority, is finding the next of kin for all these people. And there's just so many people that...
does the administrator do that, or does the law enforcement do that search, or both of you?
So it starts with law enforcement and the coroner, is my understanding. But they don't really spend a lot of time doing that. So if it's not readily understood, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, I'm sure you know even more about this than I do, then the public administrator's office starts investigating. And they've got to find these, it's so hard to find people, but that's got to be the top priority, rather than going to probate and selling off people's stuff. You'd rather just turn over the keys to the house to somebody and say, here's your loved one's keys, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
So that office is responsible for, if you can't find any next of kin or any family, you guys sell off their items?
Unfortunately, after a certain period of time, the house goes to probate and gets sold off. And I've been talking to one of the top probate real estate guys named Andy Stahl. And I'm really trying to get up to speed on all of this.
Andy.
You know Andy?
Yes. Hi,
Awesome.
Andy. Yeah, he's great. Him and his wife, love them.
He does probably more probate real estate here in Southern Nevada than anybody else. More sales.
I didn't know he did that much probate.
He does a lot.
Oh, nice.
So he's been helping me get up to speed on that kind of thing, because I want to make this a really smooth transition. Whenever I do get there, I don't want to have to learn on the job.
Yeah.
Right. I want to think of myself as like Fernando Mendoza. The Raiders are going to draft him number 1. Let's start installing the offense now. Right. So there's no surprises whenever we get there. So basically the same idea here. I want to make sure I know as much as I can. So I'm really trying to learn.
Good.
You're doing good.
And I'm probably going to rely on you a little bit, Steve, because I'm sure that you're running for this office a couple of times. You've had to really dig into things, and you know the history of some of the issues and things that do need to be improved.
Last time I ran for this office was in 2010.
Wow. Time flies by.
Oh my God, it really does.
It goes by so quick.
That's what, how many years ago was that? 15,
Now it's
20,
15, 16 years ago. But it seems like yesterday.
Well, you're the candidate, so you're supposed to be the expert now. So that was a long time ago.
Well, I'm sure some of the same problems are still there.
Would you have an audit done right away?
No, I don't think we need to necessarily do that. But
how come?
I think the people who were there, they are doing a pretty good job. It's just
How do you know?
When was the last time you've been to that office? Who did you talk to?
I was there, but I didn't talk to anybody. I just wanted to check it out and see where it was.
When's the last time you've been there and talked to somebody? 'Cause I've been to that office. So,
Well,
talk
you
to
tell
me.
me about
No, I'm not the candidate. When's the last time
Well, I
you went to
don't
that
want-
office? And who did you speak to?
Forever
I
ago.
will tell you, I don't want to go in there and just start questioning what's going on and what are the problems right here.
So you haven't been to that office and you haven't spoken to
But-
nobody.
I've been there. I haven't spoken outside to take pictures.
But Mark, but here's the thing. That is an elected position.
Right.
That office is paid by tax dollars. All of us, they answer to us.
Yeah.
Right?
So here's
I mean, they work for the taxpayers.
sure. And like I said, I want to thank Rita Reed for stepping up and bringing back some respectability. And I am certain that the people there are not just screwing around.
I'd like to
Right.
get back to the original question
Sure.
about the audit. Why wouldn't you do one since we already established you haven't been there and you don't know what's going on?
Well,
And once you take over, all responsibilities are going to fall on you. So whoever
is true.
screwed up before, you're going to get it. So isn't it behoove of you to find out what the hell is going on before you take over?
there you go.
Well,
That's
and
what
the
I'm gonna-
property that they're
So-
holding. What about what about
he
the
said he was going
inventory?
to do an audit. I want to know why he was going to do an audit.
Well, anytime you do an audit, of course, I can go in and
And that was your question.
right. I'll go in and I will talk to everybody and see exactly what's going on, what the backlog of the cases is, how things are working over at the storage facility where they're keeping all this stuff. And I want to talk to each individual person that's working there. So it's kind of a personal audit, but to pay someone to come in and do audits,
Are you a CPA?
I'm not.
Well,
no.
how the hell do you
No, he
know
went to
about
law
audits?
school. He went to law school, remember? So where is this storage facility where they keep all of this personal
I
property?
will say I have not been there, but I have read that it's a pretty big facility, like 30,000 square feet is what I've read.
it would have.
There's a vault inside.
It would
there.
have to
I
be.
I've
Yeah.
been there. There's a vault.
Right.
You should go in there.
I
Instead
will.
of outside on the street taking pictures, you should walk in.
You're a taxpayer. You can go in there. You can talk to people and see how that's what I would do. I'd want to get an inside. I would go take Miss
No, I think
Reed
you and
to
I need
lunch.
go down there
We
so
need to
can
take
get
Miss Reed to lunch. Is that her
So-
name, Miss Reed?
Yeah, Rita
Reed.
Reed.
Rita Reed.
Yeah, we need to go down there.
Sure.
Last time I was down there was G when I found out G had died. Because I was right at the coroner's office. Yeah. So
Well, whenever you guys go,
Okay,
take
Rita,
me
we're
with.
gonna- call
we
you.
can't take you with because then people are gonna think we endorse you. We can't-
You
we
should
gotta
come
wait
to
till-
the endorsement interview first.
You gotta wait till after the endorsement interview.
Fair enough, fair enough.
How will you prevent fraud, theft, or misallocations of assets? How would you do that?
Okay, so whenever the public administrator or their staff go in, you need to have people that you can really trust and people of integrity.
Can you trust anybody?
When it comes to money, you really can't.
All right, so how are you going to protect it?
Yeah.
I'm a proponent of body cameras. I'm okay with those. So we'd have to look into that.
Would you wear one?
Certainly. Why not? Whenever it came to body cameras to police, it turned out to be the greatest thing that ever happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for transparency and putting body cameras on everybody.
I think it's
So-
a great idea. I love that.
I still want to get back to this audit thing, especially
Sure.
coming from a Republican. I mean, because Republican is all about audits. Ask Bob Beers.
Well,
I love audits, yes.
It's not only
You don't want an audit.
It's
so
not
why?
only
I'm just curious.
Well, let me go in and kind of look around first, and if we need an audit, we'll do that.
pretty much
I'm not
every.
saying no.
Hold on,
I
Mark.
like to know before I look around.
Pretty much every department in Clark County needs an audit.
Okay.
I can pretty much guarantee that. So, and you've got the money, you've got the you got the whole department and the budget and all that, and you have all that property that's in this. You'd want to do an inventory, I would think,
Certainly.
an audit on that because you
Well,
know,
that's a fair enough point. So
Passing the
you
torch.
come in and take over, and
Once
if you
you
don't know
sign,
for sure
you're
what is in
responsible.
there, yeah, you're responsible for all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And to the taxpayers. And what if
Sure.
some of that walks away?
And the media will eat you up.
okay.
And so will we.
You are right now, and that's okay.
We haven't eaten you up yet. You can't neglect it. We're trying to prevent you from getting eaten up.
Audits for everybody. We are auditing everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
You need to know what's in there, right?
Yes.
We're
So-
just, we're
I guess
voters
Whenever
too.
I hear someone say audit, I assume that you're talking about let's bring in someone outside and we're going to
Yes,
pay all this money.
Yes.
Forensic. Yeah, pay
Okay.
the money. Pay the money because you're
All
that's
right.
not that's you're not a CPA. You don't know.
Fair
And
enough.
you don't know those people that are working in there. There's
Tyrone in there.
there's
he probably
always a
takes
bad
some-
apple somewhere.
Yeah, Tyrone's
But you
taking
don't
that
know those
watch,
people.
You know,
I will say, whenever I was talking to the people at the auction house that have the contract with the public administrator, they told me that only in the last few years have those expensive watches started coming back. So I
what
don't
does
want
that
to.
mean to you?
I don't want to put blame on the fellow that was there before Rita Reed, but we might need to do that because
Well, if you knew that, you should have said jump on and be like, yeah,
Wait,
I
the
definitely
watches-
want to audit.
What happened to watches?
yeah, I
They
was
got- they
hearing that
disappeared?
as soon as Rita Reed came in, all of a sudden they started getting Rolexes and things that they could auction off again. So some things might have disappeared before.
So why you running for the seat? I mean, what motivated you? What grabbed you by the ass? I mean, somebody in your family got screwed when the public administrator walked into the place. I mean, why you want to do this?
No, I think it really comes down to just my core values. I
Said
Which
public
are?
administrator on it.
It does. It says it all over it, really. So I have a sense of duty to God, country, community, family. So I wanted to do something for a while, but I don't want to run for,
Assembly, Senate?
assembly or state senate or anything like that because, what are you really doing?
How about recorder, county clerk?
I wouldn't know how to do those jobs.
But you know public administrator.
I think I could do this job. Yeah. It's not rocket surgery.
Mhm.
So this one is really just about having someone of integrity and it's all about selfless service.
So you're not going to be looking at dead people, right?
That's okay. I mean, I'd prefer not to, but, I did see some terrible things whenever I was overseas in Iraq.
And that won't trigger you?
So, no, I think I'll be all right. I did see a guy who had his leg blown off, and that was pretty traumatic. But, trauma traumatizes you, but you build some character. And,
Okay. Ms. Phillips?
audits, we're doing it.
No, well, I was just thinking of, does the administrator, do you go out to everything, like every time the coroner is called? Do they call your office, the administrator's office, and would you have to go?
Anytime they
Meet
call me,
them.
I will go.
But is that like a normal thing? Like in the middle of the night or whenever, do they call your office or the administrator's office and you have to go on scene just like the coroner's office does? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I think that is how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Steve.
Wait, you should
Right.
know this.
Well, I'm learning. I'm learning all of this. But yes, as my understanding
On the
is,
job training.
yeah, well, we're doing it before the job
On
training.
the campaign. On
Right?
the campaign.
That's the whole
training.
We got until January to learn it all.
Yeah.
But my understanding is that yes, whenever they can't immediately find someone, I mean like immediately, then the public administrator comes out, secures the house, takes anything that of value,
Inventories, everything.
inventories it, makes sure that it gets taken and locked up so that whenever you do find the next of kin, you can say, hey, we took care of the stuff here. The house was closed. Nobody was able to break in. Nobody stole anything.
What do you do with cars? What if it's like the
Cars get towed as well. As soon
Okay.
as you die, your registration lapses. So you got to, the cars get taken as well and turned over whenever you find the next of kin. It's a whole thing.
Why should the voters trust you to do that? Defend the property of the dead.
Well, going back to this is Veterans in Politics, so let's go back to military service and just how those core values I was talking about earlier were certainly strengthened by my time in the Army. And I try to always live my life with just straight integrity. But like I said, I'm happy to wear a body camera. So
I think that's a great idea, and I think that just boosts accountability, forces accountability,
Mhm.
because when you're dealing with that type of property, you talk about Rolexes, and I'm sure there's family heirlooms, there's all kinds of things worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people are tempted to, take some of that stuff. Not that they are at that office. I'm just saying, there are a lot of people out there that would would do that. So those body cams, and that's a great idea.
It is. It's not worth going to prison for, something worth a couple $1,000s or whatever. It's
No.
not my plan. I don't want to ever end up there.
So what makes you different from the past administrator that faced criticism?
Well, the one who, you want to talk about him?
Yeah, him. Let's talk about him.
All right.
I used to hang out with him.
Well,
every month for lunch.
Man, really?
I didn't see it coming.
That's what I hear, is that nobody would have seen that coming. But as far as that goes, like I said.
And we're talking about Robert Tellers.
I heard that things did go missing. So that's one spot where I will definitely be different.
And you didn't even talk about an audit? If you know things were missing, when we ask about an audit, you should be like, hell yeah, audit. Damn right, forensic audit.
I would. I wouldn't want to be responsible for
before I take over that office, I want to know what's in there.
I want to know what I'm taking over.
Yes.
For sure.
I don't want to guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's a totally fair point. So I understand what you're saying. And I'm on board.
All right. Good job.
We're on board with the audits.
We're trying to get him ready for the endorsement interview. He's slow learning.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you better study up before those endorsement interviews.
And they're going to watch this, too.
I forget what day is the administrator.
I forget.
May 1 or 2?
No, I think it is on the 24th.
Oh, 24th.
Of this month.
So
I'll be here. What makes me different?
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I just try to live through my values, which I'm sure are different than a lot of people's. And a lot of military people and Army people will recognize my values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. So I live those every single day.
Okay. So name one specific reform you would implement in 90 days.
See, here's the thing with the reforms. And I'm sure that the guy I'm running against probably has sweeping reforms that he told you he wanted to do.
Oh my God, he had reforms coming out of his ears.
Yeah. But like I've said, I'd really like to get in and talk to the people who are already working there, see what kind of things they think could be improved.
I think you should do that now.
Yeah, you should go.
You really want me to go down there? I will.
I mean, you want to be public administrator, or you just want to lose the election? You should do that now.
Gotcha. All right.
Because if you don't win the election, you'll never be able to talk to them.
Keep an eye on my Facebook page. I'm going to be at the public administrator's office tomorrow.
You should ask Miss Rita to lunch.
Yeah.
Maybe she would give you some insight.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I have no problem with her or that I know of. So I'd be happy to talk to her.
You're a constituent.
And ask what's going on and what she thinks can be improved. And I think the big thing that I always hear is just the amount of cases that there are and how hard people are having to work to try to close these things out.
How many cases, you think?
I can't even imagine. Just thousands.
Do you know the budget?
I don't. I guess I'll have to talk to Rita about that.
Do you know how many employees are there?
More than 5, less than 10.
Do you know what their functions are? Because everybody has a different function.
I need to learn all these things, Steve, and I will.
What's the backlog? How many files are backlogged that they're trying to catch up, and then they have to take on new ones, and they can't get through these old ones? Do you know what that backlog looks like?
I don't know the exact number, no, but it's a lot, and there's always more. Unless we can get a moratorium on people passing away.
Yeah, right.
There's going to be
death and taxes.
Continued, yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, the public administrator also works with. They filed the final taxes for people who have passed away. Not a big fan of doing taxes, but I will treat everyone as if they are my mother, my father, my brother, sister, and I will take care of all of their taxes and be responsible for everything I sign. I will look at it close.
Is that somebody internally in the department that does that? Or do they contract with a CPA firm that does those?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I need to write that one down and see exactly who is doing that. But I know that I will be responsible for, 7 years after signing all of those.
And what are they charging to do those?
Yeah.
Because they're really charging the taxpayer.
That's true, unless it's someone who's actually in the office doing that. And
But they're still, the taxpayers were still paying
the person
for that
who's
office and
doing
for
the job,
everything.
sure.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I'll be reviewing all of them to make sure that it's correct, because I don't want to sign my name to things that the IRS might come back and talk to me about later.
That's why we have audit.
There you go.
That's why we have CPAs.
Do you know what who the top 3 vendors are and what vendors you would use? Because there's different things. You got the cleanup, you got the board, and you got all these different things. You got the moving companies, you got the storage. Mm-hmm. Do you know what vendors you'd use for all those things?
Well, I only know the people who are working at the very back end with some of the real estate stuff and with the sale of items like coins and jewelry and that kind of stuff at the auction house. So I do know some of those people, and I'd like to get to know everybody way before January, whenever I would be taking over.
So the county has an auction house
That they work with, yes.
And then they auction off all of those items.
Eventually, yeah. Okay. But of course, you want to try to find the family.
How would you do it?
Well, of course, yeah.
That's what the folks who are working in the office are, investigating and trying to locate that next of kin.
Do you know what their procedures are?
As far as how they're doing it?
Yes. Because you're supposed to be the top dog.
Yeah.
Supposed to know what everybody's doing.
That is true, and I will be learning every single thing that goes on in that office. And if I needed to do stuff myself, I'd be capable.
If somebody was to ask you, since you're running for that office, mm-hmm. what negative things that you would say about that office, and how would you implement change? What would you say?
I don't want to say negative things about people who are working for us as the public. The only thing I can say is that we need to make sure that those cases are being closed as quickly as possible, that things are getting through probate, that in a timely fashion.
And what does that timely fashion look like?
Well, some things, whenever the estates are smaller, it can happen within a month. Sometimes it's up to a year or 18 months. Mm-hmm. But you just got to make sure that somebody's always watching, and that'll be me to oversee it, to make sure that we are getting through the process in the proper amount of time. So I do want to learn everything. And of course, right now I'm just campaigning and I'm talking to people. But I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Like I said, I've been talking to, some of the top probate real estate people because I didn't really understand all of that. And I still haven't got a firm grasp on it, but I'm trying to learn.
Besides being in the military, how do you think that you qualify for this job?
There really are no specific qualifications besides just being someone that you can trust.
How do you think you qualify for this job?
I am someone you can trust. But people don't know me. I understand that. And like I said, whenever it comes to anything to do with money, you shouldn't trust anybody. So that's something that's earned.
Okay.
And he has a law degree in probate.
No, I did not graduate.
He didn't graduate.
And
but he went to law school.
I'm okay with not.
He left it. He said FU law school.
I never went back, and I'm sure they
didn't. He didn't even turn back. He didn't look in the rearview mirror.
Start over. But as far as managing people, I've been in positions where I've managed people, and I think I'm a pretty good boss. So.
Okay. And if you think we're hard on you, the public will eat you up.
That's okay.
It's the endorsement interviews.
That's what the whole thing with this, especially with the primary process, it is a time for people to really pile on you so that you build that strength and character and know what you're talking about. So sometimes I may not know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to just start spouting off nonsense. Gotcha. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can so that whenever it comes time to hard questions, I actually have good answers.
Gotcha.
Well, you have a couple of weeks to do some homework and.
Oh, I'm still working.
Because that panel is, if you've been watching, they don't play.
That's great. I invite the hard questions, and if I don't know something, I have no problem saying, "Hey, I'll work on it."
Okay. Well, Mr. Sprinkle, thank you so much for coming. We're starting to run out of time. I keep looking up there and it's the wrong time.
Sure.
But Mark is going to zoom in on you. Tell folks why they should vote for you for public administrator. If you have any events coming up, if you'd like anybody to come to, and how they're going to contact you. You got a website, whatever.
Oh, sure. All right. My name's Mark Sprinkle. I'm running for public administrator. I'm doing a lot of campaign work, and no one's ever going to out-campaign me. I'm knocking on everybody's doors, and I'd like to talk to as many people as I can while I'm out there. The reasons that you should vote for me for public administrator is back to those core values that I keep talking about. I have a sense of duty. I want to do selfless service for our community, and I will always work in my integrity, and it will never be questioned. But if you want to question me, I welcome it and will always be transparent and always do the right thing just because it is the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Sprinkle. Thank you, Ms. Phillips.
And I'm going to rely on you, Steve, because I need to ask questions about, what you know.
It's been 16 years.
That's okay.
He forgot.
It hasn't changed.
Folks, that's Mark Sprinkle for Clark County Public Administrator. We hope that this program has been informative so you could be an educated voter when you go to the voting booth. And we're going to have the endorsement interview for public administrator coming up within a couple of weeks in April, Friday or Saturday. What, April what?
I think it's the 24th.
24th?
If I had it right on my calendar. Probably do.
To inform you even more. This is Steve Sanson, Stephanie Phillips with Veterans in Politics. Until next time. Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Live stream on Facebook.